Seventh inning stretch tonight brought to you by the proud ladies at the Cindy Heel Allstate Insurance Agency, located at mile 3 of the Palmer-Wasilla Highway at Midtown Estates. Are you in good hands? Ours. Give us a call or stop in anytime. Cindy, Kelsey, Julie, and Sky are ready to be your trusted advisors. Go Miners. 11-1 as we enter the bottom of the seventh inning. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Miners. Caleb Wood, Alex Caruso, and Tyler Wolf due up. And the first pitch drills Caleb Wood in the back from Jordan Crone. Fastball didn't have a chance. So Caleb Wood will take his base here. Waddell and Reed Day has been another good offensive showing for the Miners as they lead 11-1. Connor Wanhanen, now the batter. 1 run, 2 hits, 4 errors for the Peninsula Oilers. 11 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Matsu Miners. Caleb Wood on first. Connor Wanhanen going to pinch hit here for Alex Caruso as the Miners going to get some new bats in there. Modest lead for Wood at first. And a two-seam fastball comes in over the inside corner around the belt to Wanhanen for a strike. 0-1. Wanhanen, 122 average, now playing in his 14th game, has 5 hits and 41 at-bats. Ball misses low on a changeup from Crone, 1-1. 2 RBIs driven in on the season, has been hit by a pitch twice. Crone from the stretch, 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball that's popped up into foul ground. Trying to get there's Diaz, but it will land near the dugout. Now the count 1-2 on Wanhanen. 2 runs in the third for the Miners, 3 in the fourth, a big 5-run explosion in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. 2 home runs for the Miners today. One by Chris Hall, a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 5th inning, and 1 in the 6th inning. Off the bat of Hunter Simmons. This one is lined into right field for a base hit. Be a single for Wanhanen, and now 2 on here in pitch from Crone. It's outside for a ball, and they walked a run home. Give Brick Paskowitz an RBI, his second of the game, as Caleb Wood going to try to cross the plate to score a run. And the Miners just keep on clicking here. Now the score 12-1. And the pitching coach, Brian Daly, going to come out and have a quick chat with his right-handed pitcher, Jordan Crone, a very dangerous hitter, and Matt DiOrio on deck for the Miners. They do have Jed Fagg, who could be waiting to pinch hit after DiOrio bats. But Brick Paskowitz getting his second RBI of the game. That's number 11 on the season for him.
On Saturday, again, 1 o'clock.
So a run now in each of the last 5 innings for this Miners team, and there is nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th in a 12-1 game. And one of the most dangerous hitters in this lineup, Matt DiOrio, steps in. DiOrio on the game so far. Ground out, strikeout, walk, and scored. And a fly out. This one lined into right field. A base hit. One run's going to come in to score as Connor Wanhanen will trot across the plate. Matt DiOrio, first pitch he sees is a line drive single into right center field. That will score a run and make it 13-1 in this game. And so Tanner Nishioka, who was due up to bat, but they're going to have Jed Fagg pinch hit, and Kevin Griffin is going to come get the ball from his righty, Jordan Crone. The Oilers will have a new pitcher coming in when we return. The Miners blowing it wide open. They lead 13-1 over the Oilers. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. New pitcher going to be Kyle Bovey for the Peninsula Oilers. Pitching in his 5th game, has logged 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and a 5.40 ERA. Pitched in yesterday's contest, but going to come in again here with the bases loaded, facing pinch-hitting Jed Fagg. First pitch is way outside for a ball from Bovey. Count 1-0. Jed Fagg, 1 RBI on the season, has an opportunity to drive in one here, or a couple. A well-placed shot. 1-0 is chopped to third. They're going to come home for 1. Throw on to first is not in time. And so Jed Fagg beats it out. Runner at the plate is thrown out, so fielder's choice for Jed Fag. It's a 5-2 put out. One gone in this inning, and that brings up Hunter Simmons. What a very nice surprise Hunter Simmons has turned out to be in these last two games for this Matsu Miners team. Had 4 hits yesterday, including reaching on a walk, and now today, a double, a single, and a home run. You do the math to figure out what he needs for the cycle. This one's grounded to short. It could be 2, though. Galuski, Boki flips on to second for 1. The relay to first is in time for a 6-4-3 double play to end the bottom of the 7th. But the Miners do get 2 and increase the lead to 13-1. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Trent Thompson gets out of a jam in the top of the 7th inning. He will come in to pitch here in the top of the 8th. Will be Corbin Martin in relief of Trent Thompson. And a nice outing for Thompson. Nice bounce back one after giving up the 2 runs yesterday. Martin going to come in and pitch in his 12th game, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned, 7 walks, 20 strikeouts, and a 1-1 record. Still a 0 ERA for the righty out of Texas A&M. And
center fielder number 25, James Folks.
From Cypress, Texas, 6'3", 190-pounder. James Folks will bat 8-9-1. Folks, Wilson, in the top of the order. Alex Seifert due up for the Oilers. This one's popped up, foul and out of play. Count out 1-1. Miners now with runs in each of the last 5 innings. 2 spots in the 3rd and the 7th. That one goes way up above Folks, as it was a pitch that got away from Corbin Martin, his curveball. 2-1 the count. Corbin Martin, the normal 8th inning guy, getting some work today, though. He's had a couple days off. Doubleheader on Monday, and then they didn't need him yesterday. Swung on and missed, swung right through it as Folks. Ball pops out of the mid of Hancock. Count now 2-2. Infield playing back. Outfield essentially straightaway. Swung on and missed. Struck out. James Folks did Corbin Martin. So 1 gone here in the top of the 8th. And that'll bring up Billy Wilson. Letting you know the defensive changes in this inning for the Miners. Brick Paskowitz now moves over to center field. Connor Wanhanen, who pinch hit in that bottom of the 7th inning and had a single, moves over to left. Chris Hall will move over to right field. And Jed Fag now in at 3rd base. We've seen low for a ball. It is Corbin Martin to Billy Wilson, 1-0 the count. Oilers only able to scratch across 2 hits on the board. This one lined towards left center field. Connor Wanhanen will come up to make the catch towards that left center field gap. Pretty routine fly ball for him that time. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th. And that will bring up Alex Seifert. Seifert has struggled today, much like a lot of these Peninsula Oilers hitters. First pitch from Corbin Martin, and this one's grounded towards second. It's a slower grounder, though. Fielding on the grass on a spin and throwing in time is Caleb Wood to retire Alex Seifert. And so the Oilers go quickly 1-2-3 here in the top of the eighth. We head to the bottom of the eighth, 13-1 Miners. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network.
Chris Hall.
7-8-9 due up for the Miners here in the bottom of the eighth. Chris Hall still in. Start of the game in left, moved over to right. Takes the ball from Kyle Bovey, low and in. 1-0. Kyle Bovey kind of steadied the ship last night when he came in. The sidearm, submarine release. That one comes way up and in, and that did hit Chris Hall. Looked like in the forearm, that right arm, right near the elbow. So he'll take his base. Leadoff man again reaches for this Miners team. Now bring up J.J. Hancock in the bottom of the eighth. Hancock on the day with a single. He's reached on an error. Scored twice, also walked in the third, and flew out in the sixth. Submarine release, and this one popped up and foul out of play. Count now 0-1 on J.J. Hancock. Almost everyone with a hit today for the Miners. Been a good day offensively for them. 0-1. Way outside for a ball. Not a pitch out. Bovey missed his mark that time. 1-1 the count. And Oliver not really holding Chris Hall at first base. However, with the 13-1 lead, Miners really don't have to steal here. 1-1. He's way outside for a ball. Count out 2-1 on J.J. Hancock. Outfield playing straight away. Infield shading towards double play depth. 2-1. Is lined, fouled on that left field line towards the Oilers' bullpen. Count now 2-2. If a foul ball or home run does damage to your car, visit the folks of the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. 2-2 from Kyle Bovey is hit hard to center field. Folks going to back up on it as Hancock slams his bat in some frustration there. Must have gotten a little bit under it. It ends up being a routine fly ball to center. One gone here in the bottom of the eighth. And that will bring up Caleb Wood. Big day for the second baseman. He extended his his hitting streak to 4 games back in that third inning with a single, but he has singled and scored in the third and the fourth. He tripled and scored in the fifth. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the seventh. First pitch. Floats outside, a slider from Bovey, and the count now 1-0. Chris Hall still on first base. 1 run, 2 hits, 4 errors for the Oilers. 13 runs, 15 hits, and 1 error for the Miners. Called strike with a fastball in the outside corner. It's 1-1. Talk about Caleb Wood really coming alive with the bat. Has good defense, too. And when you look at it, Jake Schleppenbach hit cover off of the ball last night as well. And that one comes way inside, and that will hit Caleb Wood on the back of that left leg, it appeared. He will dash over to first base. Now 2 runners on with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that'll bring up Connor Wanhanen.
Second time Caleb Wood's been hit by a pitch tonight. Consecutive at-bats now, and also the second of the inning. Now he's reached base 5 times tonight.
And if that's a good luck charm for the Miners, that could smell that he could cross the plate again. 1 out. First pitch to Wanhanen, floats way outside for a ball. Fastball from Bovee, 1-0 the count. Kyle Bovee out of the College of Marin, hometown boy here in Palmer. 1-0. Is low for a ball with a changeup. Count 2-0 on Connor Wanhanen. Later on in the other game in Anchorage, right now the Pilots over the Chinooks. Someone misses outside for a ball. The count now 3-0. As we mentioned earlier, with the Oilers being way down in this contest, it'll be the first time the Anchorage Bucks take over first place in the AL division all season. 3-0 is low for a ball, and he walked him on 4 pitches. He did not mean to do that, I don't believe. Now 1 out, bases are loaded, and that'll bring up Tyler Wolf. Tyler Wolf on this game so far 1 for 4. Single, walk, line out, ground out, a fly out. Miners batted around in that 5th inning. And this one is grounded past the second baseman and Jimmy Galuski and into right field. That will score 1 run as Chris Hall comes in. Second hit of the game for Tyler Wolf. He'll drive in another RBI. That's his 2nd of this contest. And Tyler Wolf now into double digits in RBIs for the season. He has 10 RBIs, and they'll now bring up the now center fielder and number 3 hitter Brick Paskowitz. Miners make it 14-1 here on their 16th hit of this game. Bovee from the stretch, first pitch floats outside and high for a ball to Brick Paskowitz. 1-0. The intriguing thing about Brick Paskowitz, he was just warming up down in the bullpen, down that right field line, now comes up to bat here. 1-0 is hit hard and past Bennett Oliver and into right field. That'll score at least 1. Caleb Wood will come in, and followed right behind him by Connor Wanhanen as Brick Paskowitz now with RBIs number 3 and 4 of the day. That brings him up to 13 RBIs on the season. The Miners now lead it 16-1 on their 17th hit of this game. It is a 2-run single for Paskowitz. Now runners on the corners. I'll bring up Matt Diorio. Oilers bullpen going to have to get some action going once again. 1 out. And that changeup is outside for a ball from Bovee. 1-0 the count. Still only 1 out in this inning. Infield shading towards double play depth. 1-0 is hit hard on the line and just foul. It was an absolute rocket off the bat of Diorio down that right field line. Count now 1-1. Tyler Wolf at third. Had an RBI single in this inning. Brick Paskowitz just had a 2-run single in this inning. 3 runs in the 8th for the Miners. Here's the pitch, and is popped up into short left field. Going out to make the play is Bokey on the grass, calling off Wilson and Folks. Now 2 gone, In this bottom of the 8th inning, they'll bring up Jed Fag.
Third baseman number 26, Jed Fag.
Jed Fag grounded into a fielder's choice with the bases loaded back in that 7th inning. Hunter Simmons on deck. Miners by far their biggest output of the season now, exceeding that 13-2 total. That one is behind Jed Fag. It'll go all the way to the backstop. Tyler Wolf going to trot in to score. Wild pitch for Kyle Bovey. Plates another one here, and that will make it 17-1. As Diaz gave it the best effort he could, the ball was thrown behind Jed Fag, though. Pitch just slipped off the hand of Bovey. Runner moves into scoring position. That's Brick Paskowitz at second for Jed Fag. From the stretch, 1-0 is fouled off hard right at the plate. 1-1. Big swing by Jed Fag. Out of Gilbert, Arizona, 6'2", 195 pounds. Just finished up his freshman year at University of Nevada, Reno. Bovey, ready, the 1-1 pitch. And that one's outside for a ball. And a changeup. Count out 2-1 on Jed Fag. Pinch hit in that 7th inning and also went in to play the field. Came in, played third base. 2-1. Is high and away for a ball. And he has worked himself into a favorable count now, 3-1.
Miners have scored multiple runs except for the 6th inning, 1st and 2nd also. That one coming in the 6th. Every other run they've scored at least 2 runs. Every other inning, excuse me.
Reaching out and poking it foul is Jed Fag, so the count now full on him. Payoff pitch will be coming. Brick Paskowitz may or may not be moving with 2 outs over there at second base. Bovey taking a long look in. Small lead for Paskowitz over there at second. Full count pitch. Paskowitz will stay there, and this one's fouled off by Jed Fag, so he stays alive on a good fastball from Bovey right over that outside corner. Jed Fag did what he could with it. Had to foul it straight back. Count still full on him. Taking a look in is Bovey. No look towards second. 3-2 is swung on and missed. He chased the slider outside. A good pitch from Kyle Bovey to retire Jed Fag and the side. But the Miners add 4 more here in this bottom of the 8th inning. We go to the top of the 9th. 17-1 Miners. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Brick Paskowitz back to the hill as he will come on in relief of Corbin Martin after driving in a 2-run single in that bottom of the 8th inning to tack on to the Miners' lead. Now they're by far their largest of the season, 17-1. Kevin Peel alongside my partner Kyle Howard. And a very impressive sight going into the All-Star break. The offensive output for this Miners team. If anyone had questions about if this team could score runs, they have really silenced those possible doubters that they could score runs in these past now 7 home games. Did have that 1-0 win over the Gold Panners in 15 innings, that tough grinded out one, but in every game since, as Oliver swings and misses through the fastball from Paskowitz, 0-1. In 6 of those 7 games, though, despite that aforementioned Panners game, this one's chopped towards second. Caleb Wood sprinting to get to it. He will get there in time. Flip on to Hunter Simmons. One gone here in the top of the 9th. Now this is a Miners team that has scored at least 5 runs in those 6 home games. Only one of them was a loss. Will improve to 6-1 in their last 7 home games. So that'll bring up Ted Boakey. That one rides inside from Paskowitz. 1-0. Good relief pitching as well. In relief of Calvin LeBrun, who went 6 solid innings tonight, just giving up 2 hits. Paskowitz, fastball is low and away. 2-0. Paskowitz now pitching in his 14th game. 16 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 10 walks, 8 strikeouts, 2-0 record, 10 saves, and 10 opportunities. Now 1.12 ERA. 2-0 is swung right through by Boakey. Count now 2-1. Boakey on the day, 0 for 3, reaching on fielder's choice. Strikeout and a flyout. He's batted in the 1st, 4th, and 7th innings. This one's grounded to short. Easy play for Wolf. He'll flip on to first. Is it in time? Yes, it is. By a half step. Boakey retired. And quickly 2 up and 2 down here in this top of the 9th. And that'll bring up Brian Room. New defensive replacement in center field for Brick Paskowitz is Vance Vizcaino. So he checks in out there, standing straight away. Brian Room, as this one is lined foul, just past the skipper Kevin Griffin. 0-1. Room also hitless, 2 strikeouts and a flyout on this contest. Second pitch from Paskowitz is grounded right to Simmons, goes off his back, or off his stomach it looks. He's in a little bit of pain. It was a hard shot. Caleb Wood was able to get to it, but not able to get it to Paskowitz in time, who was covering. They're going to give Room an infield single, because it was a hard hit ball. Can't really discredit Simmons.
Just the 3rd hit of the night for the Oilers now.
1 run, 3 hits, 4 errors for the Oilers. As this one's grounded to short, Wolf backhanding, throwing to second, and that is the ball game. Fielder's choice from Brent Diaz ends it as the Miners get their biggest offensive output of the season. They win it by a final score of 17-1 tonight. They improved to 25-7 on the season, 23-7 in ABL play, while the Peninsula Oilers dropped to 14-15 and 12-12 overall. This is the last home game for the Miners now for 9 days, as the Scouts showcase at Mulcahy coming up. 2 7-inning exhibition games that count for the overall record, but not the conference record, on Friday at 1 p.m. against the Chinooks and Saturday at 1 p.m. against the Pilots, followed by a home run derby and all-star game on Sunday, once again at Mulcahy, a home run derby at 1 p.m. and the all-star game at 4 p.m. We'll be broadcasting all those for you right here on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. And then it's 3 games in Fairbanks against those Alaska Gold Panners, who will have 1 game against Miners' friendly division rival Chinooks tomorrow, but a Panners team that just lost 6 out of 7 against the Anchorage Bucks at home. Miners will look to continue to make their push towards the NL Division crown in those Tuesday, July 21st, Wednesday, July 22nd, and Thursday, July 23rd games, but not home until July 24th, when they will play the Chinooks for 2 on the 24th and 25th. The Miners here A very solid victory. They've had some sound victories this year, Kyle, but this is by far the most sound victory of this season for this team.
And what impressive all-around performance. Calvin LeBrun starting on the hill tonight was outstanding tonight, getting a season-high 9 strikeouts and getting another win for the Miners, now 25 wins on the season, and continuing to push hard toward the home field advantage, which they're hoping for. Not only are they hoping for the NL Division crown, they're also hoping to get the top of the World Series here in Palmer this year. 2 goals on the lines of both of them. They do it with pitching. They do it with 17 runs on 17 hits tonight. Just an outstanding performance, both offensively and on the mound tonight.
So the Miners here getting the W. 17 runs, 17 hits, 1 error. The final line for them, 1 run, 3 hits, 4 errors for the Oilers. You have now entered the Napa Auto Parts post-game show. We will have a player for the game for you, or try to select one. There's a lot of candidates tonight for that honor, and also speak with the skipper, who's got to be happy. Another victory for his Miners, 25-7, 23-7. Overall, they've bounced back from that 1-0 loss in the first game against the Pilots on Monday night very strongly with 3 consecutive wins, a tough grind-out game in which they won 1-0 in the second game of that doubleheader, and now 2 sound victories over the formal AL Division leader, the Peninsula Oilers. They will drop into second, a half game behind the Anchorage Bucks. And not only that now, Kyle, this is a team that, you know, Jordan Washam actually is only going to be out for a couple days. So that is the good news for them going forward. But you look at it, and without him right now, and at least in the short term, that's trouble. I mean, because all these games are getting crucial for them, especially with the Bucks going into the All-Star game and break as hot as they are. That's almost a really must-win for the Peninsula Oilers team tomorrow, heading into Mulcahy to play the Pilots, who are on pace to win their second in a row over the Chinooks here tonight.
It'll be a tough really go of it for this team with Washam out of the lineup again, being held tough the last couple nights scoring runs. It's been a struggle for them, but that's not going to solve their pitching performances. Really, the Miners have really tacked on quite a few runs the last few nights. Certainly not with the what was called in as they came in here, hoping to have a better pitching performance than that both nights. But the Miners able to put the ball and play well, and that's whether Washam's there or not. I don't know how much of a difference that would make in the 17 runs that were scored over the Miners. So it's going to be a big climb for this team to try to catch back up against the red-hot Bucks that are continuing to play. But those two teams will square off a lot next week, and that's really going to tell the tale for who's going to win the AL this year.
And this is an Oilers team that only has 5 games away from home the rest of the way. Take it down to 4 after this contest tonight. So they do have a lot of home games left. That is the good thing for them. But at least for now, they will drop out of first place in the AL Division lead. And by the way, just a little fact for you, if the Pilots win tonight, there will be a new second place holder in the NL Division. Pilots came into that a half game back of the Chinooks, and they have a chance to pass them today if they're able to hold on and win that game in Mulcahy. And once again, when we continue the Napa Auto Parts postgame show, we will have the skipper, Ben Taylor, and also the player of the game. So stay tuned. You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Welcome into the Napa Auto Parts post-game show. I'm Kevin Peel, joined beside me by the skipper, Ben Taylor. How you
Hi,
feeling?
Kevin. Good.
You got to be feeling good tonight. 17-1, and when you look at it, got to be hard to give the game ball to any particular player because everyone came to play tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good team win, and it's really nice. LeBron gave us a great bounce-back start for him, and it starts and stops on the mound, and that's very typical of what we expect out of Calvin, and kept us in the ball game early, and it was fun. It was a good night.
Yeah, he was striking out everyone early, had 9 strikeouts in this contest. Was there an extra bite on those pitches from your perspective tonight, or was that just Calvin
He was
rebounding?
just keyed. He had a kind of a clunker the other night against the Chinooks, and he takes a lot of pride in his work, and gave us what we needed tonight, and 9 punches is really nice, and it was just a really good team win by the guys.
And the numbers speak for itself. 17 runs on 17 hits in this game. You also saw a couple big flies from Chris Hall and Hunter Simmons, and almost saw 2 from Hunter Simmons tonight, one off the top of the wall. What do you say of those big flies today?
Well, I'm really proud of Chris because he was out here working early this afternoon, about 1:30, and we were working in the cage, and he was kind of working on it. He's trying to work on his swing a little bit, and I know he's a speed guy, and he's so ground ball conscious, and sometimes gives himself up a little bit too much. And it was cool. He says, maybe I should hit some more fly balls. I said, yeah, try and drive the ball a little bit. So it was kind of fun to see a guy working early, getting some results for his efforts. And Hunter's, it's pretty awesome. This guy sits for, watches Nishioka play first base for 3 weeks and gets an opportunity and takes advantage of it. I mean, I got a lot of time and respect for a guy that's going to do that.
And also another guy, pitching staff, who had a bounce-back performance tonight, Trent Thompson, who in his discussion with me, he was kind of frustrated with the 2 runs that he gave up yesterday, but he looked really good today in the 7th.
Yeah, it was big. I mean, we haven't thrown those guys. It seems like, I was talking to Brick when he was at third base. And he's like, I feel like I haven't thrown in 2 weeks. So, it was nice to get those guys back into rhythm. And, it was kind of a scripted game for us. It's kind of what we want to do is get a lead and then, starter goes 6 and then bang, bang, bang with Thompson, Martin, and Pasquet. So it's good. It's good.
And so a good effort tonight. You improved to 25-7 and 23-7 going in the All-Star break. And
yeah,
it speaks for itself. You probably couldn't be more happy with your team's performance.
No, I can't ask much more of these guys. I can't. These guys are fantastic. And, they really respect the game and they play hard and, they run hard 90s and, they do what they need to do. I'm watching them put the field to bed. They got an off day and it'd be really easy to, be really easy for them to do a lot of things a lot differently, and I'm really proud of the way they go about it.
And a little fun fact for you, Skipper, you've also logged a couple 10-run games now, and 6 out of your last 7 you've had at least 5 runs. You added the 9-run game against the Panthers, the 11-run game yesterday, 17, and also the 13-run game earlier against the Chinooks. This team's getting really comfortable hitting the ball here.
Yeah, they took some heat, man. I think it was a little unjust. They took some heat from some people and said they couldn't hit, and when are you guys gonna hit? No. And they're like, look, man, it's just, it takes a little time, and guys got comfortable, and guys are getting confidences up, and this is what happens. So it's kind of fun.
All right, very good. Good night for you guys tonight. Thanks for joining us, Skipper.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back, and Kyle Howard will be with the player of the game. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Joined with Hunter Simmons here. Another night, another game player of the game for you. How's that been for you the last couple nights? Just seem to be locked into the plate. Connor, how's that going for you now?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it's just been a work in progress. Not only all summer, but just the whole previous year, just trying to get consistent at bats going and stuff. But just putting together a couple good games back to back feels good. I haven't been able to do that in a while. So just kind of having the same approach and just being positive. Every at bat's a new one, new year in my eyes. So just been kind of going along step by step.
Well, step by step's working for you pretty well. You get your first home run of the season, 3 more hits after 4 last night. You seem locked in right now. How's that feeling at the plate?
It feels amazing. I mean, to hit a home run when I haven't hit many previously, it feels good. That's when you know that the work that you're putting in is paying off, and not only the work his hitting, but defensively he's coming along too. Though just the whole game's kind of slowing down for me, and that's good. You don't want that to quicken up on you. Just take deep breaths, and yeah, it's felt unbelievable. So.
But you get your home run in the 5th inning tonight. Out to left field off the top of the wall. The one before that, you're in the 4th inning. You scored 3 runs in that inning. You think that you had that one also hitting off the top of the wall there, came back for a double?
I cannot tell you how mind-boggling it was to see 2 balls in back-to-back at-bats hit the top of the wall, and one bounces in and one goes over. I mean, you cannot do that a million times if you tried. Yeah, I mean, I thought, the first one I thought I got out. Of course, it comes back in. Second one I thought was a line drive off the wall. Of course, it gets out. It's just baseball, Things happen you just can never expect. So, yeah, just putting together quality bat. It's just fun. It's fun doing that stuff. Hitting the ball hard. It's what you want to do, and it's been good. So.
Well, you guys welcome in the Peninsula Oilers a couple days ago, taking on the first place in the American League division. The Peninsula Oilers, all you guys did was score 11 runs last night and 17 more tonight on 17 hits. How does that feel now to be able to say you ousted them from first place for the first time all season?
It feels good. Just honestly, a lot of the guys don't even know about that. We've just been playing baseball. We haven't been playing the opponent. We've just been playing the ball and just keeping the process baseball. Like I said, we had it slow to start, but then we started scoring runs and more runs and more runs. It's contagious. And but yeah, no, it feels good to give another team a run at their money and put them, I guess, below first place. So yeah.
Well, now at 25-7 overall, 23-7 in the division, you guys are pushing toward not only winning the NL division but also hosting the top of the World Series here. Any final thoughts about that and how special that would be?
I mean, that's the best case scenario. I mean, if you're in that position, you have a great chance to win. And from the start, we've wanted that. We wanted home field, and we've wanted to win first. And we're doing that, and we're doing it, day in and day out. And it's just fun. It's just fun to be win. Everybody loves to win, and to do it consistently is hard to do, especially in baseball. But when you have a group of guys like this, it just makes it easy. So, it's awesome. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Hunter. Now, 7 for your last 9 here now, and seemingly on a tear and can't be retired here. Got to watch out for this first baseman now. I'll make it a All-Star game push.
Yeah.
Kind of scaring him off there.
Yeah.
But
love you, Mom. I love you. Hi, Mom.
We're sorry again for having technical issues when he had his home run earlier. Also, the double off the top of the wall. Unfortunately, didn't get that on the air because of technical issues. But glad to have Hunter up here. Another great night for him. Thanks, Hunter, for joining us.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
That'll be it for this pregame or the postgame player of the game with Hunter Simmons. When we come back, we'll have more of the postgame show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball here on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome back one final time here to Herman Brothers Field, where the Miners get this win 17-1 tonight. Kyle, was an impressive performance. I think the skipper and also Hunter Simmons really summed up how proud they were of the team today and the effort.
Yes, they were very excited about coming out there and grinding against a team that was at the top of the American League division the entire season up to this point. The Bucks buried themselves early on, but now with the loss by the Oilers, back-to-back losses to the Miners here, and back-to-back blowout losses at that 11-4 last night, now 17-1 tonight. Now they drop back to second place, so the Miners playing a first-place team, and they play and show as if they're the king of everything in this league, that is. Just coming out there and dominating every single night. Not only at the plate, obviously they did that with their 28 runs, but they also go out there and pitch very well as well, allowing just 5 runs over the 2 nights. So you can look at it a lot of ways, and very encouraging in a lot of ways in that. And I think we got Hunter Simmons again for the player of the game, because it's a guy that is a good story, really. He came out here to get better at baseball, as is everybody else, but he was not supposed to get a roster spot coming in here. Now, with an injury to Scott Stonich, comes onto the roster, gets a little bit of playing time. Maybe doesn't get off the start he wanted to get off to, but he comes in here after that, gets plucked off the roster for a few days, gets put back onto the roster, comes out here now and has 4 hits yesterday and 3 more today, including a home run. Very close to having a second home run. He said he thought that one was going to be the one that went out and the other one was going to stay in the yard, but you just never know with baseball how things are going to shake out. And Hunter Simmons just seemingly coming out there and showing why they brought him out here for another summer.
Yeah, and this is an offense now that is really taking off, and talking with the skipper, it seems like there is a comfort level, but these guys are just doing it all themselves, putting in that extra work, and he said really the guys have been getting a tough rep at times, because some were wondering when they're going to hit, sometimes maybe even the coaching staff wondering when they're going to hit, but they have really shown us some very good glimpses of what they can do offensively at the plate. And tonight's just another example of that. 6 of their last 7 home games have been examples of that, too.
Well, they take on a great Pilots team a couple nights ago and drop 1-0. You might think, well, here come the offensive struggles again. Well, how do they respond? They get 11 runs last night and 17 runs again tonight. So you can really see the offense really starting to click at a good time of the year. Now pushing into July, the All-Star break now, and going into the Fairbanks series next week. If the Miners can take 3 there, they will at least take the division. There's a couple things in play that could prevent them maybe of not taking the whole thing by then, and at least getting a home field advantage here. But they will at least take the division next week if they're able to win all 3 out in Fairbanks next week. So it'll be a big push for them next week as they go to the All-Star break now. It's encouraging to go in this way.
And in the meantime, while the competition behind them as they get closer to trying and wrap up the division, the Glacier Pilots passing the Chinooks if they can hold on and win at Mulcahy tonight. Of course, the changing of the guard in the AL. We seems like there's this king of the league right now in the Matsu Miners, but they're going to have to stay focused in order to get their ultimate goal, and a bunch of other teams trying to duke it out right now to just get a shot at these Miners.
That's exactly right, but the Miners keep winning, which is going to help toward that top of the World Series home field advantage type deal that they're looking for right now. And if they keep winning, they're going to get it eventually. They've already really put them miles above everybody else in the division, and the Chinooks and Pilots are going at it right now, so one of those teams will drop a game tonight, one of them will gain one, but they won't be gaining one on the Miners as the Miners won again tonight. So it's as long as the Miners keep winning, they're going to be in very good shape as far as getting all the home games in the top of the World Series this year.
And so the first half is done for the Matsu Miners of sorts, going into the All-Star break, but just 11 games left for this team now in conference play, that is. And the Miners now 25-7, 23-7 in ABL play. Kyle, any final thoughts?
It's a good team victory again. You see a nice pitching performance, nice offensive performance, and it's good to see it come right before the All-Star break. A lot of grind toward the end of the year. You're not going to have many off days toward the end of the year. You have a couple off days right after the All-Star break around that time, but after they go to Fairbanks, it's push toward the end of the year, trying to win the whole thing, come back with rings here in Palmer. That's what their goal is. And it's going to be a grind, but they'll be able to, if they keep playing like this, they'll be able to get it done.
Once that series starts on Tuesday, just 2 off days for the rest of the year. That will be a week and a half from now, the Sunday the 26th, and then Friday the 31st. But that's really a day that's getting them set for traveling to Kenai, so it will be a grind, as you said.
And another thing to add, these early wins really help them a lot getting off this hot start, because then eventually if they're able to clinch that top of the World Series, they're able to start tampering with some things to get them ready for the top of the World Series, and their ultimate goal is to win the top of the World Series. So starting off to a 23-7 start or 22-7, excuse me, in the ABL will really get them off on a good foot as far as that goes, and setting up the rotation or whatever it might be, and getting guys ready to go and well rested before the top of the World Series goes. So that's one big advantage of starting off to a hot start like the Miners have gotten so far.
All right, next up for the Matsu Miners will be the Scout Showcase, Friday and Saturday, both 1 p.m. games. The Friday game against the Chinooks, the Saturday game against the Pilots before the Home Run Derby at 1 on Sunday, and the All-Star game at 4 on Sunday. We'll have all those events for you. First off, on Friday, we'll have the Napa Auto Parts pregame show before the 7-inning exhibition in front of the Scouts for the Miners as they take on the Chinooks, and this is going to be their time to show the Scouts, Kyle, what they can do.
It's too bad they couldn't come out and watch the last 2 nights here, the way they've pitched and hit the ball. It's been a great time and a good showcase there, but maybe they can do it again this weekend. We'll see who gets the Chinooks and the Pilots if they're able to break the bats out again and go out there and perform well and get some wins out there again and add to the overall record. Want to add to the ABL. Both games are non-conference games, but at least get a good showing out in front of the Scouts and maybe get drafted. That's what they all want to go to the major league, so it's a good opportunity for them.
Thank you all for sticking with us through the technical issues that we had tonight. We will get those all sorted out, I'm sure, here at the ballpark and be set for next Friday. That will be the next home game, but until then, 3 at Mulcahy, and that's including the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game, so a light 3 for some of these players, and there's going to be a lot of them. This team has not been announced officially yet, but I'm sure we'll get the results of those and get them out to you on Twitter and Facebook for which guys from the Miners are going to make the team, and then that 3-game series against the Panthers before coming home.
Why not have a bunch of Miners on a team that's 24-7? Why not have a bunch of Miners in the All-Star game? We expect that. We fully expect a lot of guys to be out there not only on the team but starting on that team. So it'll be exciting to see how many of them actually do make the All-Star team coming up.
And so, 12:45 on Friday afternoon, we'll have the Napa Auto Parts pregame show with myself and Kyle once again at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage with a 1 p.m. first pitch for that 7-inning exhibition against the Chinooks. But until then, for my partner Kyle Howard, I'm Kevin Peel, saying so long from Herman Brothers Field. Miners win big, very big tonight, 17-1. Until Friday, take care, and we'll talk to you then.